Arrived in Point Comfort, Virginia, aboard a Dutch ship.
They were brought to America as human chattel to fuel a burgeoning economy that eventually would become the greatest in the world. For these men and women, the years that follow would be tremendous in terms of both the pain and the progress they would experience.
They were added to an already existing labor pool of indentured Europeans and Native Americans. Eventually, the Europeans would be freed. The Native Americans would be exterminated and removed from their lands. Yet, this African labor source would be invaluable.
They would also be easily identifiable if they tried to escape from their lifelong bondage. Their skin, beautifully colored by the melanin running through their veins, would mark them and make it impossible for them to hide. Therefore, they would be seen as different, socially different, culturally different, morally different. Their financial and psychological subjugation would last for generations. You see, they came on the Isabella, the Amistad, the Lord Legionnaire, the Henrietta Marie, the Antelope, the Wanderer, and the Hope.
They came on a journey. Type of guy, entrepreneur, because why would I spend my whole life working for somebody else? I'm a gig economy, a kale-eating, mocha latte drinking millennial, and yes, I do Lyft and Uber on the side. But most importantly, I'm woke. So, 1619 means a lot to me. The journey of my people, it means a lot to me. But rather than tell y'all, I think I'm gonna just show you. Excuse me, sir. Can I have that seat?
Sure.
Excuse me.
Hey man, this train
Nice
is...
jacket.
Okay,
Nice
thank you. Okay, brother, this train is big enough for you to sit on your side, okay?
All right, brother.
I need to be driving my car. Hey man, do I know you? Do I know you?
Do look kind of familiar.
Yeah. You used to live on my block back on 75th Street, didn't you?
You Marla's brother, right?
Yeah.
Walter.
No.
Durham.
No.
What's your name again?
Dexter, buddy, Dexter.
Dexter, that's right. Man, how your sister been?
She's fine.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely a fine sister, I tell you that.
Excuse me? She married now, brother.
Oh, she's...
Yeah, she got kids.
How many kids she got?
She got kids, don't worry about it.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, is he treating her right?
Yes, he is, man, but the real question is, how your mama doing? I didn't mean like that. What I meant was...
But you didn't have to
No,
imply
I
like
mean,
that. You didn't have to
she's
say
still
it like
working
that.
18.
How your mom doing? She's retired.
Okay,
She just trying to keep my little brother out of trouble. He's in college now.
okay.
So what you been up to?
I'm just on my way to work downtown, you know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute, you work downtown Chicago, huh? One of those fancy high-rise buildings.
Yes, sir.
Started from the bottom, now you here, huh?
Uh-huh.
Started from the bottom, you got your whole team here now, don't you, Dexter?
Hey, not the whole team, just me, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Just me, dog, okay? Now, what about you? If I remember correctly, last time I talked to you, you was going to college, but then you dropped out because you wanted to start hanging out with Malik and that Black Power crew.
That's right. All power to the people, my brother.
You still one of those, huh?
Oh, and let me guess. You must be one of those.
Militant, bro.
Well, let's just say I know what you drink for breakfast.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
White milk with a side of OJ. You seem like you're one of those brothers that forgot where you came from.
Oh.
I bet you don't even realize we have been commemorating over 400 years since our people came here in bondage, and guess what? They still got their feet on our necks.
Okay, man, but how long we gonna talk about slavery? You know what I'm saying? How long we talking about the struggle? Look, while we talking about what happened to us in the past, other people come to this country every day and do what they gotta do to survive.
Yeah, but you and I both know ain't nobody had it like us in this country.
Y'all understand that, man, but hard work, perseverance, doing what's right, that's what gets you ahead, no matter what they try to do to you.
Dexter, but you think we're done fighting? This nation still owes me and my ancestors. You know, W.E.B. said that an educated Negro is a dangerous Negro because in him will be dissatisfaction, discontent, and revolution.
That's impressive. W.E.B. You learned that in school before you dropped out?
Oh, that's right. Exactly.
But did you know, since you want to quote people, you know about Booker T. Washington?
I do know about Booker T. Washington.
See, Booker
What
T.
you know about Booker T.
Booker
Washington?
T. Washington said we can't rely on the government to give us anything, that we got to find reasons to succeed rather than being focused on reasons why we can't. And, my brother, we got to have a little faith.
Faith?
Faith.
Man, y'all fake make us too passive. Y'all justify oppression. That's W.E.B. again.
But Booker T and MLK would disagree because the church done been there for us when nothing else has, brother.
Dexter, just because you go to church, you think you better than me? Man, please. At the end of the day, you still look just like me, brother. They'll shoot you down as fast as they'll shoot me.
Okay, might be true. However, sometimes life is what you make it. Sometimes a little respect for yourself will get other people to respect you too, buddy.
Man, please, you know who you sound like?
Who I sound like?
OJ. I'm not black, I'm OJ. And look how far that got him.
You know what your problem is, man? You know what your problem is? You don't listen. Listen, Linda, you
Listening
don't
to
listen. Okay? You know, I listen to what you had to say, but you can't understand anything that don't, gel with your little dashiki, shea butter using, I'm so conscious, Black Lives Matter, I'm woke. You in the world, man. You need to wake up sometimes,
Well,
man.
it's better than being accommodating, shucking, and jiving. You know who you act like? Oh, Carlton from Fresh Prince.
Shut up.
I bet you know that dance, don't you? You know that dance. You know that
Shut
dance,
up.
don't you? Exactly.
Sound like this one. Whatever, dog. I ain't talking.
You act just like an Uncle Tom. You know that?
You know what? You better watch your mouth because I used to kick your butt back in the day on the block, and I ain't forgot how to do so, buddy. Man, ain't nobody scared of you.
Although I used to be.
Exactly.
You still in the gym?
I'm still in the gym, man. I'm still in it.
What are you doing that? You really rocking. That's been working out.
That's what I do every morning for my cardio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, me too, son. Calisthenics, and I train this. This is what I work out that brain right there. Understand me?
To work this out too while you at it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. All right, fine, man, fine. I'll be the mature person. All right, I'm sorry, dog. I don't want to talk about you like that. I'm just trying to help you to understand that we have opportunities in this life that we're not taking advantage of, right? And Booker T reminded us, my brother, that we can't rely on the government to come and save us and do anything. Because if we rely on the government to fix our problems, we're going to be waiting a long time, buddy.
Yet, the government must pay. Reparations, my brother. Nothing else in this country matters unless it deals with its original sin. We have to take our justice back.
Brother, I told you before, I'm all about Booker T, you feel me?
I'm all about W.E.B.
Booker T.
W.E.B.
Now I'm gonna need y'all to help us out here. This little song we wrote, it's called Booker T versus W.E.B. So I'm gonna need everybody over here to represent the philosophy of Booker T. And y'all say
And I'm gonna need everybody over here to represent W.E.B.
Yes.
Force.
Yes. So we're gonna stay over here. We're gonna go Booker T.
Y'all can go W.E.B.
Booker T. That's my before. Here we go.
I got you.
Booker T.
W.E.B.
What? Booker T.
W.E.B.
Huh?
Booker T.
W.E.B.
Hey!
Booker T.
W.E.B.
Oh! He thought that it's primarily through industry that the Negro would one day be free. Hey! Dairy farm, commercial life and trade would be the only way to get by. Hey! Now Booker T said you better work hard, what? Or you'll be stuck
Hanging out on the boulevard.
dignified common labor, don't you stop. We must begin at the bottom,
Not the top.
Hey, now he believed education was the key. He found a little school. He called it Tuskegee.
Tuskegee.
Tuskegee. What
Now
you
that's
know
a
about?
school you should
You
have
don't
went
know about that. Hey, Booker T.
A W.E.B.
What?
Booker T.
A W.E.B.
Hey,
Booker T.
A W.E.B.
what?
Booker T.
A W.E.B. Listen, he wrote the book called The Souls of Black Folk.
Hey.
His conclusion was far from a joke.
Oh.
1903, he decided to unpack the problem of the 20th century, the color line. The Negro race will be saved by its best. The ones among us who make us the most impressed.
We be led by those with the great strength.
That's why he coined a phrase called a talented tech. We should develop those who were first
To save the race from contamination.
of the worst, 'cause they will come and got the masses away.
Oh.
To prepare you and me to see a brighter day.
The two debated which path would secure our rise. Should we accommodate?
Or should we stand up and fight?
Be productive.
Secure a contribution, or march, scrap, or spark the revolution.
The revolution.
Revolution, brother.
The revolution.
The revolution.
You don't know about that.
Come on.
Hey, what's his name now?
Side.
Booker T.
A W.E.B.
Hey,
Booker T.
A W.E.B.
what?
Booker T.
A W.E.B.
Oh,
Booker T.
A W.E.B.
hey, very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna do one piece for you guys. And this piece is a tribute to the Civil Rights Movement. And this piece is called After the Dream. Can you guys hear us okay? October 4th, 1964. The world met the youngest man to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize that night. He was a 35-year-old minister who turned his ministry to a movement for civil rights. Some called him a dreamer. Some called him a troublemaker. But most knew him as a king. He sparked the revolution of love among the masses, and we shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe
We shall.
we shall overcome someday.
Give yourselves a round of applause. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome was the anthem that they would sing. But see, yes, it was more significant and exciting than LeBron winning another championship ring. So while we go to the house of the Lord and rightfully worship our Heavenly Father who reigns supreme, I must ask you today in 2025, how many of you will stand tall for Martin's dream? You see, since the 60s, we've been asleep. We've been suffering from a multi-year hibernation, non-action procrastination, waiting on our 40 acres and a mule from the government as our compensation, never realizing that God gave us the power to ensure our own elevation. You see, Jesus Christ, who's the source of my salvation, was a political and social revolutionary who changed nation after nation after nation after nation after nation after nation after nation. And although we think we've made it far, we just took a 50-year step backwards in America by re-electing a reality TV star. Oh. And he wants to make America great again. But see, the greatness of America has always been limited by the greatness of its greatest sin. Racism, xenophobia, and the oppression of millions of people, paradoxically in a nation in which Thomas Jefferson wrote that all men are created equal. And though Martin and Fanny and Medgar and Malcolm gave us part one, we now living in the sequel. A sequel in which we strive towards the unfulfilled promise that all men are free. A sequel in which an athlete can lose his job for the peaceful protest of taking a knee. A sequel in which the poor are demonized by a society that worships the elite. A sequel in which our leaders stoke the fires of racial hatred with the power of a single tweet. What would Dr. King say to the divided states of America today? He would say, love God and love your fellow man. In the end, you will display the true promises, great land to a world in disarray. But see, social progress doesn't come from just one protest. It must be one every single day. And so we fight for freedom. And we fight for justice, and we ain't never going to stop. Because we remember the preacher whose faith in God, it took him to the mountaintop. We've got some difficult days ahead. But see, it really don't matter with me now, because see, I've been to the mountain. I don't mind. Like anyone, I'd like to live a long life. Longevity has its place, but see, I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up. I've looked over. I've seen worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. You see his dream. It lives on in each one of us. In you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. I surely hope you don't believe our work is through. You see, it's time for this nation and this generation to rise up and do what it pledged to do. This is serious. I say our lives are at stake. This is no joke. Today we have new movements like Black Lives Matter and hashtag Stay Woke. In an age where Instagram and Facebook connect us as our greatest communication tools, the words of Dr. King still ring true. We must learn to live together as brothers, or we will perish together as fools. And although we came on different boats, we now find ourselves all on the same team. So I must ask you today in 2025, in the village of Markham, in the city of Chicago, in the state of Illinois, in the United States of America, when it is time to wake up and fight for justice, where will you be after the dream? After the dream? After the dream. Thank you all so much. We are the cast of 1619, The Journey of a People. This is Mr. Ozavel Eckford, everybody. Mr. Marcello Lee. Is he back there? Yes. Everybody get up for Mr. Marcello Lee. The woman that you heard from earlier, her name is Mrs. Simbrit Dortch, and she is a phenomenal entertainer. Running off to go sing somewhere else, and then go sing somewhere else. That's what she does. So give it up for her. Thank you. And last but not least, my name is Ted Williams III. I am so honored to be with y'all today. Black history is American history. If we don't tell our stories, nobody else will. I thank you for your time. I thank you for our mayor inviting us and our alderman, Awanda, inviting us as well. Please give it up for them, and thank you for doing this kind of work. And let us continue to tell our stories. With the attacks on our stories, we need to be telling them even more, even stronger, in more places, because if we do not succeed, this country does not succeed. Dr. King said famously that you cannot have a first-class nation with second-class citizens. Let us take our rightful place as the owners and bearers of this vision of equality. The world is watching us, and the world is watching how America does by us. And when we become great, when we succeed, that declaration that says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When those dreams are fulfilled for us,